Trev, I got an interview in 2 weeks. It's too much negotiation info out here. What do I really need to know ASAP? Like, I only got 2 weeks. Not a problem. 4 tools for negotiators. Number 1, you have to be willing to walk away without a deal. If you're not willing to walk away without a deal, you're begging. At the very most, you're asking. But you're not willing to walk away from a deal, so even if they say no, you're going to go back to them and take whatever they're offering, right? So you're still begging, unless you're willing to walk away from the table. If you can't walk away, you can't negotiate. Number 2, you have to make at least 4 asks for each thing that you want. One great example, if you have a child or a niece, nephew, try this out, let me know if it works. I asked my daughter, Madison, she's 3, turning 4 soon. The other day, I'm saying, Maddie, can I get a hug? She goes, no. I'm like, oh, word? Maddie, can I get 2 hugs? No. Maddie, can I get 5 hugs? No. I'm like, can I get 10 hugs? And she goes, all right, you get 2 hugs. I'm feeling good. I'm like, I really only came for 1 hug, but the fact that I could get 2 just to ask him for 1, 2, 5, and then 10 helps me out. This also works in business negotiations. But I would say, start off with your nieces and nephews, because I always say toddlers are the most brutal negotiators there are in the world. Why? Because they will not accommodate. They will just keep asking for what they want, and whatever they don't want to do, they will not do unless you force them to. And that's why most parents end up getting so assertive and aggressive with their children. But try the 4 asks and let me know how that works for you, because it's been working great for me in parenting and business. So that's number 2. Number 3, you have to speak the other person's language. Like, Trevor, what do you mean? I know the other person speaks English. I know, but that's not the language I'm talking about. You have to speak their negotiator language. So you must be able to identify if that other party is an accommodating negotiator, assertive negotiator, or analytical negotiator. How do you do that? You ask particular questions that will bring that out, or you make key identification. So ask them a question that you know that they're going to say yes or no, but you really want to ask it in a way that they're going to have to justify the answer. So usually you're going to start a question with why. Why this? If they tell you this is the answer because of, and they use facts, data, statistics, they're analytical. So now you know, use numbers, use data to justify all of your responses and disprove anything that they're saying. If they, say, because that's the way it is, that's our structure, and that's what I want, they're assertive. So now it's not up to you to start using numbers and stuff, because the numbers don't change what they want. Now you have to talk about what you want and what you have that can help them get to what they want, right? Because at the end of the day, the assertive person just wants the job to get done. They don't really care how it gets done, as long as they don't have to give much. And then lastly, the accommodating person is always going to try to work on that relationship with you. So one question you may be able to ask or to see if somebody is accommodating, again, start with a why. If that person turns back around and they say, it's like this, but we can work on it, depending on if you're willing to, and they start giving you options where now things can change, they're clearly the accommodating negotiator. And now you know how to pursue that relationship where you no longer have to be the accommodating person. By them accommodating you from the jump, it's your time to now be analytical, if that's in your nature, or assertive, if that's in your nature. Because if you try to get accommodating back with them, you guys will never come to an agreement. So that's number 3. And number 4 is you have to reject requests by using questions. So, Trevor, what are you talking about? Think of negotiating as, imagine you're driving in a car, right? You're just driving NASCAR. Imagine NASCAR is negotiating. You never want to end up hitting a wall or running into another car or something like that, right? So imagine you asking a question in negotiation. Hey, I want $7,000 for this product, and the other person just says no. Well, there's nothing else to negotiate here. You said no. I basically hit a wall with this negotiation. Take me off the track. I'll go find a new race. I'll go find a new person to negotiate with. But if they say something like, well, how's that supposed to work? Now the ball's back in your court. Or, reverse it. If they tell you it's $7,000 for this thing, and you say, well, how's that supposed to work? $7,000 for this course. The ball's back in their court. Or you say something like, how am I supposed to pay you $7,000 for this course when the course isn't even gonna make me $7,000 back, if that's what you feel about the course. But at that point in time, now the ball's back in the other person's court to kind of create the logistics and the situation needed for you to accept that deal. So another example is, let's say you have the job interview. You ask for $70,000 and they say, no, we're actually looking to pay closer to $55,000. Your response should be, how's that going to work if it's going to literally cost me more money to take this job? I have to now buy new clothes. I have to now take the train instead of driving. I have to now drive a further distance. Whatever the issue is, you want to start with how that's supposed to work, or how are we supposed to get this deal done? Mainly because you put the ball on the other person. Now they have to draw. Now they're the coach and they got to draw up the game plan and figure out what's going on, as opposed to you being the person that has to do all the work and appease the person requesting the money from you, or requesting or offering you the contract offer for the job. So the 4 things you need to know as a negotiator. First 4 things you need to use. Number 1, be willing to walk away from the table. Make sure you're speaking the other person's language. Use questions to make your rejections, and make sure that you have at least 4 asks for each thing that you want. Again, my name is Trevor Cassaberry, CEO of Cassaberry Consulting and author of the Photo Hustler book series. For more information on negotiation, you can go to Cassaberry.com. Complete our free survey, our free negotiation survey that will tell you your negotiation archetype, as well as the 5 biggest mistakes you make as a negotiator, based solely on your personality and characteristics. Again, thank you. Peace.